Screams heard from Frogmore Cottage. Harry joins in the Queen's guilt. From the moment the news broke that the Queen was seriously ill and the royal family were on their way to Balmoral Castle to be with her, Meghan became the subject of obsessive speculation. In those first hours, her critics were mainly concerned about her decision not to join the family at the Queen's side. While some reports claim Harry was told his wife was not welcome, other British media outlets attacked Meghan for choosing to stay back, while praising William's wife Kate for choosing to stay back to stay. Kate is said to have stayed home on her first day of school after the Queen's death to look after her children. Meghan joined Harry in England, an arguably painful and difficult decision given how they described their time there and spent the weekend performing at various royal engagements. It wasn't long before the go home, Meghan Markle hashtag was trending on Twitter, along with allegations that Meghan was feigning grief for attention after causing so much pain to the Queen. Here's every other reason people have been criticizing Meghan since the Queen's death and saying hello while Meghan shook hands with mourners gathered outside Windsor Castle last Saturday. Several women refused to engage with her, looking down to avoid eye contact and ignoring Meghan's hand as she reached out for a handshake. The woman had gotten a lot of support on Twitter, where one user called the person who refused her handshake a legend. Having flowers was another point of scrutiny. While Meghan welcomed the public was her decision to hold on to a bouquet that had been presented to her by a fan in the crowd. A video shows a royal aide attempting to deliver the flowers to the Queen's tribute on behalf of Meghan, and she appears to be scolding him. She wants to do it herself. A handful of conspiracy theorists, who wore a dress in the most creative takeaway from the same gig outside Windsor Castle, are convinced a crease on Meghan's dress was actually a microphone she wore to help her record the Queen's funeral and content for her podcast or Netflix Transform act. Harry and Meghan held Harry's hand at a service that marked the start of the Queen's representation and held a hand in what their Twitter was inappropriate, disrespectful and a disgrace. Shortly before her death, Queen Elizabeth invited Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to a big sleepover at Balmoral before her death, and RadarOnline.com has exclusively learned that it regrets they didn't come to Harry's. Racked with guilt, Royal Watcher told our source. Author Katie Nicholl previously revealed to GB News Breakfast that they have both been offered to stay in the UK this summer. The Queen always has that wonderful extended stay for her grandchildren and their great-grandchildren, she told Ewan Holmes and Isabel Webster, revealing it isn't the only opportunity the couple has turned down in recent months. They have also been invited to go to Burke Hall with the Prince of Wales and so far they have not done so. On the other hand, the royals didn't invite Markle to see Elizabeth at her bedside before she walked by. Sources said Harry and Meghan were both in the UK working on projects when they were told Elizabeth's health was deteriorating rapidly. Both cancelled an event in the books, but only Harry made the trip to their estate in the Scottish Highlands. Her Majesty died on September 8, handing over power to her eldest son and King Charles III. No one had any idea how ill the Queen was in her final days, and Harry is devastated that he did not accept this invitation, even though he knew she would not live. Of course it would have been different.